Bluetooth mode. Hey, good on a Monday. Hey, we're feeling good on a Monday. Hey, it's Monday. Hey, wake up, it's Monday. Hey, good morning, it's Monday. Wake up. Hey,
Hey, I'm feeling good in my spirit this morning, and if you feel bad, I suggest you keep going. You gotta keep going.
hey, you gotta keep going. It's gonna be alright. You gotta keep going. Keep them prayers tight. You gotta keep going. No more sleepless nights. You gotta keep going. God is by your side. Hey,
Hey, I'm feeling good in my spirit this morning, and if you feel bad, I suggest you keep going. You gotta keep going.
hey, you gotta keep going. Pride is to the side. You gotta keep going. Angels are your guide. You gotta keep going. God is by your side.
Angels are your guide.
Hey, hey,
Who believe that?
hey, hey. You gotta keep going. It's gonna be alright. You gotta keep going. Give it one more try. You gotta keep going. Hey, you gotta keep going. Hey, can't stop if you wanted to. You know what to do. Hey,
Hey, somebody put your kids by the phone.
hey,
Put the baby by the phone.
hey. You gotta keep going. It's gonna be alright. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep going. Hey, you gotta keep going. No more sleepless nights. You gotta keep going. It's gonna be alright. You gotta keep going. God is by your side. You gotta keep going. Angels are your guide. You gotta keep going. No more sleepless nights. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep going. Hey, right. Can't stop if you wanted to. You know what to do. Hey, hey. You're on a mission. Your spirit's lifted. Hey, divine protection. Hey, your soul is lifted. Divine protection.
protection.
Hey, divine protection. You're connected. Divine protection. You're on a mission. You're connected. Hey, you're connected. Divine protection. Your soul's lifted. Your spirit's lifted. You're on a mission. Divine protection. Hey. Hey. Divine protection. Your spirit's lifted. You're on a mission. Divine protection. Hey, divine protection. Your spirit's lifted. Divine protection. Hey, can't stop if you wanted to. You know what to do. You gotta keep going, it's gonna be alright. You gotta keep going, God is by your side. You gotta keep going, no more sleepless nights. You gotta keep going, angels are your guide. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep going. Hey.
Hey,
Morning. Hope you guys are doing well, in positive energy and attracting the life you desire, because it's your birthright. Okay? We're coming through with another live for you guys. Make sure you take the message how it resonates in your life. Okay? Don't make nothing fit. If it doesn't resonate, it's not for you. That's cool, right? Everything's not going to resonate with you. But at some point on this channel, something will resonate with you. Right? Tell a friend to tell a friend. If you love the video, share the video out, run the video up, leave us a comment. We love you guys.
indeed. God bless everyone this morning.
The energy.
Tiny little Monday weight, I feel, in the energy. I do have a download, and it came to me right out of my sleep. For somebody who recently moved, if you recently move or you recently plan or you plan on moving, I got a strong download about you being on the home front. So if you just moved or you're about to move, wherever you moving to or wherever you move to, it's the place of your blessing, and you could be tied to that place in a way that you don't even understand, right? And that's for somebody who just moved or you're about to move, right? I feel like it's a strong download again about that being the home front, where God can really do his best work on you. So a lot of things may be changing about you. And you gotta learn how to go with the flow of that. I can tell you about that. Like, don't be resistant to the better you that you're trying to become. Because that's all that resistance is holding back from the better version of yourself. And then last but not least, I want to encourage this collective, and I want to tell you, now more than ever is a time for you to stand. Like, you got to keep going. That's the song that we just sung, but it's real. Like, that's right now, it's key. And the reason why is because you got a lot of people that done a lot of things, and they sitting back and they watching and they drawing up certain narratives and they hiding and they trying to appear one way when they smiling, but inside they frowning. And all this, right, it can be confusing to you. Because I notice, like, with myself, and I'm pretty grounded in what I do. I ain't gonna say I'm the most grounded. Like, I still got a lot of things about myself. But being me, I noticed that I felt the energy shift when I looked at something, and I knew it wasn't me. It was God really showing me like this is what people feel. It was somebody who had done something to me in the dark, and I recently saw a picture of him. I didn't see him for a long time, and I recently saw a picture of him, and they were with a lot of other people, foreign people that I never seen before. And when I seen them, they, it looked like they were smiling and and I would inside of me, I was like, man, I be going through little certain things. They don't look like they going through nothing. And right there, God sold into me. He sold it into my mind like it came from the Most High. It said, that's the illusion. That is the illusion, right? Don't get caught up on the filters people using. Don't get caught up on the teeth whitening formulas that people using. Like everybody getting their teeth done, and like, in other words, and I'm just saying all of this not to say anything because I think it's beautiful when people work on themselves and they're able to do these types of things. But what I'm saying to my collective is don't be swayed by the illusion of it all. Like karma is here. Like some of the advanced readers you've been hearing them for the last 2 years speak about Anubis being around. They've been sent. And those kind of energies, what happens is, y'all, calamity is real. When judgment has passed, it's only a matter of the outcome. So just know that. Like, don't get caught on what things look like because, like I said, it's a lot of illusions. So you just be grounded in what you're doing. I'm telling you what's going on. So you don't have to think about it. Right? Okay, that's it. Set the back up off of it and set my cup down. That's right, bring him in. Mm-hmm. Bring him in.
What? My peoples?
They
their ancestors.
They done came.
You don't want my peoples in here in the morning time on a Monday. They don't act right.
We like Monday.
My ancestors ratchet on Mondays.
Pretty cool. They're a little rowdy.
They bowdy.
They be a little rowdy.
Empathy. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. Are we really? That's the question, like, because I don't know if I really believe that this morning. Empathy. It says, I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. I feel like somebody's not, I ain't gonna lie. There was a situation this week, and I was not seeing the other side of the situation. I'm like, no. Right? So empathy, right? Being able to see the other side of a situation, being able to put yourself in someone's shoes and being able to actually feel a thing, right? How many times have somebody got on your post or you got on somebody's post and they were going through something and, we seen the post and it's like, oh, I'm going to pray for you. Do you really go and pray? Question. Okay. Right? Like really showing empathy for a person. I feel like that's very important right now in situations. I feel like, trust. We got trust here. Yeah, it's very hard for someone to trust. We got Vishnu showing up. Okay, I feel like it's very hard for someone to trust because it's not that you're not an empathetic person. It's hard for you to show empathy after you have shown empathy for so long, and a lot of the things you were showing empathy to, it was more so people that had narcissistic behavior. You were showing empathy to the wrong things, something like that. We got Vishnu showing up here with trust. I feel like there's someone that needs to just trust, maybe you could be, not being able to see a situation clearly because you can't trust the person on the other side, right? I don't know, something like that. If you can't trust a person, then it could be also hard for you to show empathy here. Yeah, happiness, something about trusting in your happiness, trusting that you hold the key to your happiness, something like that. We got cloudy judgment out here, illusions, unbalanced or distorted. Okay? Illusions, unbalanced and distorted. I feel like honestly, there's an energy here that wants to trick. I feel like, tricks over treats or something like that.
Look, you got cloudy judgment. I got the judgment in reverse.
Yeah,
And
there,
we were just speaking about the judgment being up and in.
that's crazy. It's that time of year where, people that do dark things, this is a fun time for them. And I keep hearing tricks and no treats or something like that. There's cloudy judgment here. You could be needing to just trust your own judgment. I don't know if someone's inviting you to something. You could be feeling a certain way. You could be feeling in between about doing something. Go with your first instinct. You already know the answer to something here.
Yo, that's crazy. Okay. I got the remedy out here though.
There it is. There it is. Go.
I got the remedy out here. I'm gonna tell you like this. Look, first of all, Spirit said King of Swords, right? Now, this was a message for me because I'm like, it fell out King of Swords, right? It's the remedy. See, like she was saying, now is a time of darkness. Like people like to take the hollows, the portals, and all of the energy that surrounds this time and do things with it. But we the archetype. See, I'm a King of Swords, right? That's me. That's me in the tarot sliding out, right? So I really feel empowered because this is Libra time. Like this is our time, right? So to my fellow Librians, I want to say like, this is a time for you to stand up and be the person or the archetype that guides, I'll say the zodiac. Because in astrology, the Libra guides the zodiac, right? Only innate object, right? Perfect for transmuting. So in your North Node right now, for fellow Libras, I feel like you should be sturdy as ever. You know why? Because you're not connected to your heart space. You can fluctuate into your air degree. Whereas though you're not connected, see, a Libra is not, a consummate Libra is not it's an innate object. It doesn't have a heart. It doesn't have all of the other things that the zodiac has, right? It doesn't have that type of connection. So transmute, right? Release and renew, right? And I'm not saying that this is a Libra reading, but I'm saying this is a Libra speaking, all right? Princess of Swords to the Judgment in reverse. And, this is showing me, these two cards right here particularly, it's showing me the way that people situated, and this is not toward you collective, this is toward people who situated the wrong way. Princess of Swords to the Judgment in reverse is really being out in the spiritual realm willy-nilly. Like it's been, the Princess of Swords is very naive, right? Not really a grounded energy, and plus a person that talk a lot. Like the Princess of Swords, real, just, I'll say unfit for this right here. I'll say that, like, because the judgment is in reverse, and then it says cloudy judgment over there, right? And I don't believe that this is us. I'm gonna say that. I believe that this would be them. And what I mean by them is people that do things to sabotage the life of others. People that's not willing to go out here and earn whatever they trying to do on their own and put their foot down and be a person that can move forward on their own. People that do things, take shortcuts, sacrifice others, do all these. We speak about these kind of things. These kind of people, they not really saying clearly. The judgment is in reverse, right? And for us, it's no illusions. And revelations await. That's spooky. That's spooky to me, right? And I know it's like, I feel like I would hate to be a person that's playing with the energies right now. It says revelations await and no illusions. Everything real in the spirit. I'm trying to tell you how it is.
I'm kind of hoping you hear it. It's like some of us have angels, some of us have demons.
Who knew the meaning? We stuck in between.
Devil tried to do me off.
Hey, get right.
I don't know why my glass is so dirty.
Now more than ever, you want to be on the right side of karma, right? Meaning, if you up at night and you associate with the dead in the morning, right? You want to be in control of what you're doing, and you want to be trying to make the world a better place. Because I know about mediumship. We went through it. I used to be up 3, 4 in the morning. I wasn't doing nothing dark. I was studying. But sometimes when you getting to know people on the other side, you up late, early morning. So make sure your intentions is good in this type of energy right here. Be up getting mounted by no spirits.
This is cute over here. This is kind of like, the energy of when you get like your first boyfriend or your first girlfriend, right? It almost reminds me of, I'm gonna leave that alone. But anyway, I tickle myself. We got friendship here. We got failure. We got resistance, and we got praise others. Now, I'm always trying to change. This is why I need to really make my own deck of cards, and this is why I write my own cards. Because sometimes I don't agree with how things are written. So I don't feel like it should say praise others, but I feel like, give honor where honor is due, right?
Yeah.
And, I feel like the only person, we should only praise the Most High. And I feel like we should give honor where honor is due.
Real talk.
So this says praise others. I'm going to say honor others. Resistance. Now, it's crazy because I feel like, it's cute. It's a cute energy. This is like grown-ups that are, wanting to attract other grown-ups as friends, Imagine being so tapped in and having nobody to really connect with, right? You have all this beautiful energy, all of this knowledge, all of this awareness, and you don't really have anyone to tap into with. Like, you have grown so much that the people you were dealing with, they don't really understand you now. And,
Right.
It's like there's not many people like you around. So you could be finding yourself, attracted to people, not in a sexual level, but more, platonic friendships, right? You could be finding yourself, admiring people, different people, we got secret admirers, suppressing, and timid. But I feel like this is it's with friendship, because we have friendship here. Maybe you could be like, oh my gosh, I'm at an age where I really don't know how to meet new friends, right? Because I don't. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm one of those people, if you meet me, I'm very friendly, I am welcoming, but to go looking for people, I don't, right? I don't. I might want a friend, but I just don't go looking, and that could be hindering you,
Right.
just as well as me, right? Whatever it is. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason, and God does send in good people. I know there's a lot of terrible people out here, but you think that when you do the work on yourself, you think God won't send you good people?
He will send you people just like you.
Exactly. A lot of times we had bad people in our lives because we were being bad people. It wasn't that we weren't loved. It wasn't that we were misfortunate. It was that no matter what, a lot of times we like to look at ourselves as one way, but we were not the best people at one point. So we couldn't be around the best people.
And you know
Something
what?
like that.
And with that being said, you still won't draw in the best people. You'll draw in people that's doing the work like you know.
That's right.
Right? That's what it's really about.
That's real.
Because no illusions means like not drawing in the people that you used to draw in.
Yeah.
That were they were dark willfully. They were doing things willfully. As you change, like she said, the people that you find, the people that come toward you, they oftentimes just like you.
That's right. Because we got failure here. So that's why I know that like someone could be very nervous about, new friendships, because a lot of them have failed, right? Nobody really talks about those friend breakups, right? We only talk about sexual relationships. But what about those breakups with your parents? What because you ever had a big breakup with your parents? I have, right? I'm talking about, a breakup with people that are still here and alive, right? Yeah, that's painful, right? So, failure, friendships. We had a lot of people that we really invested time and love into, and it hurt when those things didn't work out. So it can make us very resistant, right? But in order to get the life that you desire, because a lot of you do desire new friendships as you grow, right? And it's fine, and that's natural. I know they got this thing, no new friends. This is what, people like to say. But, the Bible also tells us if we have a good friend, we got something good, right? So we also do understand that it is it's great to have a good person in your life. So you could be being resistant, to new friendships, but really craving those. And I feel like by, honoring others, giving, I don't know if maybe you're on social media showing love to people, because I see a lot of connections being built via social media now. That's where the world has gone to. And I think that's cool.
Yeah.
I was talking to my baby sister, and she was talking about a connection she had made, and I think it's beautiful that people are building connections in whatever way, right? Because I felt like at one point when we got the internet, I didn't know where the world would go. Will people still be social? But we're finding ways around that. It says praise is a power. Finding the good in others and praising them sincerely can make them feel happy and confident. At the same time, it will make you and your own relationship more harmonious. Okay? So just giving honors to others, right? It can make them feel good, right? And if you're trying to make a friend, like I like to make my friends feel good, so why not start with making someone feel good?
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Like, it feels good. I've learned now, it feels good to use my power to make somebody else feel good. Like, you can see that heart move. And then you can sit back like, I just did that. That's magic. That's what magic is. Real talk. Like, you got the Princess of Torches in reverse, then you got Spirit Link. So I don't really know what's wrong with somebody in this energy, but you need to be more enthusiastic about your connection with Spirit. You got a whole link, but your torch is in reverse, right? And that's just lack of enthusiasm. And then when the Five of Cups is followed by, you can be taking a little bit too much in, or
I was like, what you doing, man?
yeah, you could be,
I got
tipping
you, man.
it,
I was like, what are you doing?
too much. But you could also be in the mode of being in regret, right? Five of Cups, Princess. Sometimes, it's all right, survivor's guilt is what I do feel, right? And sometimes it makes you just want to sit out, right? Sometimes when you're going through survivor's guilt, you don't really want to, you good, God taking care of you. You don't really want to rub it in nobody's face or nothing like that. You don't really want to be connected to nobody. So, but the only thing about this is that you taking away from yourself, because you should never be guilty for surviving something that was meant to take you out of here, right? When you survive that and you move on, because the Ten of Torches is in reverse. So that shows me somebody, you made it through. God turned it for you. Whatever you believe in, faith turned the hand of time in your favor, right? I feel like that. Make a change. And that's a constant, because being in the Princess of Torches and reverse energy is not doing you no good. You can be sitting in, you can be tipping and sipping a little bit too much. You could be in your mind too much. You could be in regret about certain things, the way things moving in your life and all of that. And it could be causing you to kind of like disconnect.
Been there.
In a way, right? You might think you are, and you are, but you could be better.
Right.
Because the Ten of Wands is in reverse. So that means, like, don't go looking for the problem that's not there. I fight with that a lot, right? It is in your mind, like, God freed you. When you look around, you freed.
Right.
Like,
I just pulled that.
Freedom. That's crazy.
I have pulled that. Freedom.
You freedom. Like, woman, where art thou accusers?
Yeah.
You remember?
She was laying down.
You remember in the Bible like that? Remember that in the Bible where as though they was going to stone a lady, and they all had slept with her, so they wanted to stone her because she knew the secrets. So, Christ walked up and was like, well, who's without sin? Throw the first one. Because he could see that they all been with her. So he basically was like, which one of y'all ain't lay down with this woman? All of y'all laid with her. So they all walked away. But she just stayed there. So he looked at her and was like, woman, get up. Where's your accusers? She was so busy. She was so busy under the pressure. She was busy under the pressure. All the time, the pressure. That when the pressure got took off her, she still was busy with the pressure, but it wasn't there though.
Come on.
And that's how we be. We busy with the pressure that's not there. It could be in your mind. You free. Just make a change. Mountain of Mastery. I'm going to read that and jump out. Ascend towards self-realization and triumph. Guided by the storied presence of the mastery mountain pathway. Right? Pathway to mastering yourself.
I got bitterness and freedom. Guilt. Okay. I don't know. I feel like there's a person, and this is a very specific message. So this ain't going to resonate with everybody, and I'm okay with that, right? But what I have here is bitterness, resentment, anger, and hurtful words. I feel like there's a person that's here and you're watching us and you're a good person, and the only reason you're here is because something's pulling you by a thread. You know, I feel like you could go either way right now, but something's holding you here by a little thread, right? And I feel like this freedom is for you. You know, I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. I literally feel like somebody is here. You know, this is a specific person, and I really feel like somebody hanging on by a thread. I feel like someone's like, you know, if one more thing happens, I'm going over here to do this, but you don't really want to do this. Like, you know, I don't know. There could be a person really wanting to feel free, a person that's already free. And I feel like, you know, you're already free. You could be needing deep meditation, prayer, definitely prayer. There's someone, and maybe you haven't been praying like you used to, you know? Maybe you let the ways of the world just get to you, the weight of the world, right? Something like that. You could be even speaking witchcraft over your own life and not realize it with these hurtful words. You know, if you keep going around and saying that you're broke, you become broke, right? Something like that, right? That's why I walk around and I say I'm rich, right? Because I know I'm rich in the spirit, which I really am, you know? I ain't got all that paper money, but in the spirit, I am so rich, right?
Big rich.
And so I speak those words because eventually, as above, so below. If I'm rich in the spirit, eventually God will make sure that I am, you know, what I have whatever I need in the physical to also be rich in whatever way that looks like for me and my family, right? But freedom, you know, I don't know, there's like a thorn. You know, when I look at this card, look at it. It's like a sticky bush with thorns. I don't know if there's something, I don't know if someone's going through some kind of pain. I don't know if someone's a pain in you and your side or something like that. But I almost feel like someone walked through a rose bush and you just need to like pull the thorns out of your side, and then maybe you could feel the release. You know how like something will be stuck in you, like if something is stuck in you and you pull it out, it gives you release. Something like that. Okay. You could be needing it to pull out, you know, your strength, your resilience, your perseverance. These things could need to be pulled out this week. Maybe last week was not your best week mentally, physically, emotionally. Maybe maybe last week you planned to be really, really good and you thought things would be better. And, you know, when we plan like that, the enemy comes in, even the enemy within us, it comes in really, really hard. When you tell yourself, oh my gosh, it's going to be the best week I ever had. You know, the enemy is listening too and trying to derail you. That's why it's important that you remember you are the key to your happiness. And every moment counts. You know, emotions, energy in motion. Your emotions are constantly changing. If you give yourself a few minutes, you'll feel different. Okay? Something like that. You know how that one time you got your heart broken, you thought that you would never recover? You thought that, you know, you just couldn't get over this one. I mean, it was the ugly cry. It was real nasty. And now look at you, smiling, happy. You may not be exactly where you want to be, but that heart is still pumping. Okay? Something like that. Okay? Pull that thorn out your side, shorty. Okay?
It might stay there.
Yes.
You might have to move with it.
Because it's something about somebody's bloodline. Look at that blood on that thorn. It's one little piece of blood. You see it?
You know, sometimes you left with that thorn in you, you know. One of the prophets in the Bible, they had a thorn in their flesh. And God wouldn't take it out because the thorn was reminding them
every time they moved.
Every time they moved, what it was, right? Man, it's okay. We all had thorns.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta move with them. A habit can be a thorn. That means you just gotta move towards your greater calling with the habit, right? With the mindset. Because, and that's important, it says act with clarity. And I want somebody to really feel this reading because this right here is like a soul report, right? Look, you got the Fool to the Six of Pentacles, to the High Priestess in reverse. Now, I want to show you this. Look at this. Can you see it? This Fool, right? It's too much light. But this Fool is giving Six of Pentacles to this High Priestess in reverse, right? So at first I said, Spirit, who out here giving a power to a dark High Priestess, right? And then I got the revelation on a soul level. Fool to the Six of Pentacles, High Priestess in reverse is you taking your light attributes and you giving them to the darker part of yourself. Like, I heard the Inuit lady say, there's a white wolf and a dark wolf that lives inside of everybody, right? Which one are you going to let rule you? And this energy, that's why I'm saying act with clarity, right? You got a perfect energy about yourself. You connected, so connected in one aspect. You connected to source, connected to your ancestors, God, whatever you believe in, you so connected. And I picked this up in the last spread. But what you doing is you taking what you got or what you might be getting, and you Six of Pentacles with the High Priestess in reverse. That's kind of like feeding the lower part of yourself. And that could be the dilemma, right? I've been through it before, where you getting something from God, elevation, but yet and still, you still giving to the chaos and confusion. You still giving into it. You still doing things that you being pulled away from. So that's why I say it's act with clarity, soul whispers, and growth potential, right? If you listen, I feel like your ancestors will talk to you. If you know how to listen, they will talk to you. And it doesn't take with all the stuff that everybody says that it takes. That's the way that people believe. Your belief is very powerful. If you believe strong enough, you can do certain things. You can do a lot of things, right? And talking to your soul's whispers, hearing your ancestral people, you can hear them. You don't need no whole lot of ceremony and ritual. You don't need that. You need a strong faith, an understanding of who you are. Like, even for my Christian folk, read the books of Jesus and understand how he really moved, right? Read books of other people and find out how they really move. Don't just go with what people tell you is popular, right? Because truth be told, people don't know what goes on in the spirit realm. Nobody can sit back and say they know everything going on in the spirit realm. That's foolishness. People have so many different avenues and links and connections to the divine that it's unimaginable. So, you hear your soul whispers and its growth potential and your energy. You gotta know that, though. I heard a wise man tell me once, the graveyard is full of potential.
Wow.
It's the richest place in the world because people take their gifts and they end up there with them. So drag the potential out of you. If it's potential for growth, embrace change to unlock your full potential and flourish. Embrace change to unlock your full potential and flourish.
I love this next energy over here. It's very important. You know, I feel like this is going to be very specific as well. We got number 444 coming out for you guys with affection. Okay? And I love this. Overcoming obstacles, soulmates, romance, affection, support, and comfort. Okay? We also have influences here. It says attachments, third parties, and peers. Okay, I'm sorry, this light is glare. I also have guilt, and it says, I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. So pretty much what's happening over here is very important.
Soul's growth. Growth potential. It
Okay.
says growth and soul.
You heard me.
That's crazy.
I feel like this energy is very important right here. Why? You know, Spirit is saying, you know, pay attention to what's influencing you, right? You know, are you watching things that are influential, right? Do they have a positive effect on you? Are they encouraging you to do what's right? You know, influences are very important right now. Someone's like, I don't listen to nobody. Nobody influences me. Well, did you know subconsciously you can be influenced by things that you watch, that you hear? You know, subconsciously you could definitely be attached to these things. And we have attachments, third parties and peers. It lets me know that, you know, you could be feeling guilty, because I also have walk away. You could be feeling guilty from having to walk away from things, but this is for, you know, your growth and development. Okay, there could be some things you're attached to. It could be some habits, some people, some places, right? Imagine trying to clean your life up, right? But every time you get a chance, you're running back to a neighborhood that served you a particular drug that you are interested in. How can you really heal if you keep going back to the environment that serves you this, right? It's like that kind of energy. Being able to walk away from people, places, and things is what I'm seeing. You know, really I'm hearing obsessions, because a lot of times we become obsessed with things and we don't really realize that we're obsessed with these kind of things. And when I look at freedom, someone needs to really know that you have walked away from something that has kept you free. Okay? You could be feeling guilty about this. You could be feeling guilty, but we also have recognition and rewards here. I feel like someone's being rewarded for doing the hard work. You know, the hard part is leaving things that you don't want to leave. You know, the hard part is, you know, taking the right path when it's easier to go left, right? Something like that. We got affection. Your level up of self-control is sufficient to make things right. On the horizon is the possibility of new beginnings, a romantic or platonic friendship. Remember I said that earlier?
Yeah.
As well as a chance to begin a new life with a new person from one's past. Everything is falling to pieces. Okay? And I love that. You know, things are falling right into place. I said somebody's manifesting platonic friendships, you know? You don't have to be alone here on earth because you're tapped in, because you assume that you're different, because you feel like you have so much in you that there's nobody else. There's a lot of people out here just like you. Okay?
That card is very deep. What it say on that, right? You got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, to the Princess of Cups upright, to the Hermit in reverse. And then you got create a new identity. So I'm going to walk through it. This Queen of Pentacles in reverse to this Princess of Cups, to this Hermit in reverse, is like a person with a very sharp intuition, right? But the way you handling your intuition, you could be in denial. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse and the Hermit in reverse. The Hermit in reverse, it says transform and rise. So it's something that got you seeing something. Well, you see something clearly, right? But the way you processing it, it might be wrong. Like you might need to really change the way that you see a certain thing. I'm not really sure what it is, but because I see somebody with a sharp intuition, but it's like being in a relationship, right? And this doesn't have to be, but it's like being in a relationship and knowing that somebody is unfaithful with you, or knowing that somebody is but not really having a proof in the physical, but on a spiritual level, really knowing, like, because the Princess of Cups is highly intuitive. So it's like somebody's intuition could be telling them something. And with the Queen of Pentacles, it could even be at work, right? Or this could be you, like Queen of Pentacles in reverse, create a new identity. This could be you constantly stuck in the same mode of being this person with this powerful intuition, but continuously ignoring it. Or not really being willing to make a change about what you picking up on. Because look, it says intuition on your own, right? And that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like somebody is trapped in their mind, like where you know you got it all figured out. Everything you perceiving in your intuition is the absolute truth. But in your reality, it might be like, I can't change this though. Or you could be questioning your intuition with the Herman in reverse, like, am I seeing this the right way? But you are though. That's why you're being called to transform and rise. God didn't give you your intuition for nothing. Right? If you can get out of your ego, you could do something with your intuition for whoever this is. Your ego suggests that you're incapable of change. Your ego will tell you that what you're going through is not really causing that many problems. But when your intuition is reading something and your ego is fighting against it, your life becomes very unmanageable. And you start to jitterbugging. You know, when anxiety gets you to jitterbugging, it's because your intuition is seeing a thing, but you know, your ego, I believe, is fighting with your intuition. Tough bill.
I don't know if somebody's living with their parents or somebody's living with somebody, and it says it could be stressing you out. Okay? Turbulence, tension, arguments. Someone is living in a stressful environment and you can't find peace in your mind like that. Something like that. It says forget safety, live where you fear to live. Take a chance, dare to dream, risk pays off. Maybe that, I don't know if you're living with someone because you are afraid to live on your own. Maybe you feel like you can't make it. I don't know, something like that. But it says take a chance, a risk here. You could be feeling very stressed out due to a certain living situation. There's something significant about a red umbrella, Rihanna, umbrella, Ella,
no clouds in my storm.
No clouds in my storm. Make it rain.
Hydroplane and the thing coming down like the Dow Jones. When a cloud come, we gone.
Hey, we Rockefeller.
We fly high.
You know me. In a precipitation, precipitation, a
Like chip for the rainy day.
Hey, Jay.
Rain
Man is back. Well, Little Miss Sunshine, Rihanna, where you at? She having them kids. Shout out to Rihanna. Them kids, cute girl. All right. Turbulence, tension, and arguments. Okay? I don't know. Spiritual law of attraction. You know, this could be generational. You could be living under a roof with people who this is what happens in the household, you know?
Yes, I definitely
you know, it's a family
like
house,
somebody...
and, you know, because it's a family house, people feel trapped and stuck or something like that. You know, there's a lot of things that go on in this house. But I don't know, with the spiritual law of attraction, I feel like it's something ancestral, generational. Maybe you could be needing to break the curse by going on your own, doing something different.
On your own, right something here. You like, just said on your own.
Yeah.
This card says on your own.
Wow. Wow. Okay. No clouds in my storm, right? Yeah, listen, no clouds in my storm, right? You know, that means that a storm might come, but someone has an umbrella. That's what I'm saying. You know, you could be needing to take a risk. It might be a storm, but you have an umbrella. So it's like, you know, you won't get too wet, all right? All right? You sugar, I know you might melt, right? Because you're very sweet. But I feel like, I don't know, this could be causing someone a lot of stress, unnecessary stress. Learn to listen. Okay, to what spirit is telling you, what God is telling you. What do you hear in your heart? Okay, someone could be needing to like stop spending so much, and then you could go where you want to. You know, I've been in that situation. I was in this situation one time where, you know, I could have been really stacking something, but, you know, I wanted to keep up with the Joneses, so I just kept buying things when, you know, I knew that I was preparing for a situation where I was going to have to get out of there, you know, like get out. I was going to have to get out, but, you know, I was negligent to really pay attention to what should have been done at the moment. So you could be in this kind of situation. If you know tension is boiling up, leading up, you know what I'm saying, in a house situation and it's stressful, and you are not the one who is, you know, in charge of that house, you should be trying to get yourself together for when things blow over, right? Because when things blew over for me, I was like not prepared for it, even though I knew it was coming, right? I set myself up for failure. So I'm trying to let somebody know, if you feel a situation starting to bull, proper preparation prevents poor performance. Take a risk.
Yo, this is kind of like this drew me in deep. You got the Six of Cups to the Dream Weaver, right? So we in the dream, this the astral realm.
Ooh.
And I feel it, right? Somebody, you can actually have
A dream
catcher, right? You can sleep next to a dream catcher.
We make them if y'all want one.
Dream Weaver to the Six of Cups, right? What you not realizing is that your prayers and everything you're doing, they making you icy in your sleep state. Because look at this guy. You got the King of Pentacles to the desert of isolation, right? And I was hearing the soul people say Raguel, right? Raguel is the angel that defends the dream state, right? And however this resonate in your life, because people got many different religious beliefs and all of that, but nevertheless, in your sleep state, you protect it. And it's this King of Pentacles energy. It's like, it could be like a spirit guide, powerful type by ancestor, but your dream state, Six of Cups. Look at this. You might be getting a download in your dream. There's a lot going on in this dream, and it's positive energy, it's protected energy, and it's guarded energy, more or less, right? And it says, dreaming and imagining bring your powerful visions into reality, right? Definitely a dreamer right here. You could be a Pisces, right? Real talk, like you could really be a Pisces.
Fish.
Or associated with it in your chart or something. But nevertheless, that archetype shows up. Seven of Pentacles, and it's saying choose wisely. So what you gonna invest in, whatever you are investing in, make sure that you choose wisely. It said decisions shape your path amid challenges. Stay open to learning as answers reveal your destined journey. So I feel like you could definitely be a person. You have options. You have different paths you can take in life. Some people, they like that, right? So choose the right one.
Somebody's a daughter of Yemaya. Yemaya. I'm looking at that.
Yeah.
Mother.
Dream Weaver.
Mother.
Mothering energy.
It's mother. It's mother.
The little mother.
Yeah. Okay. Something about a hurricane. You know, hurricanes only hit certain spots. Check that out. Okay. Something about a hurricane. Ooh. Yeah. Number 5. Leo, Saturn, 5 of Wands. Oh, let me get it. Something about some conflict or a war here. Somebody has a lack of harmony, lack of humility. Okay. This could be a person that feels like the world is theirs. Okay. A lot of contradictions. Okay. This could be a person that looks at you crazy for doing something, but they do the same thing. Something like that. Okay. I don't know if this is this person's a Leo. You're a Leo. Something like that. Unnecessary disputes. Okay. Somebody could have disputed a charge. I don't know if you're a DoorDasher or something like that. You could have had a trifling client that disputed an order or something like that. Okay. You know, you have people on here that do those nasty things, and I'm sorry that might have happened to you. Okay. It could have caused some, people do things like that, and they don't realize that when you do things like that, you're jeopardizing other people. But I don't know. Someone could have dealt with some kind of conflict.
Yo, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. Somebody's tapped in to their creative side, even though there's a lot of conflict and chaos going on in the background or something like that. Okay. The 5 of Wands is like, that's that energy I don't want around me, it's a lot of fire for no reason. It's a lot of energy going back and forth, and I ain't really got time for this. Okay?
You heard me.
And you don't either. Something about that. Okay? I don't know if someone's trying to send some energy to you or whatever it is on a Monday, but whatever it is on a Monday, we ain't doing it, okay? Not on a Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, something like that, okay? Imagine you starting your week off like that. You know, I told you whenever you're trying to have a better week, because I feel like somebody trying to come this morning, like with some mess, chaos, conflict with your messy tail self. That's what I feel. Someone's very messy. You know, they thrive off of chaos, conflict, and confusion. And we ain't having that this week. Imagination. Embrace and nourish the creative aspect of your mind. You don't have time for anything that's low vibrational. You don't have time for anything that's not moving you towards your purpose.
I can tell you what's
Yeah, that's me.
and this real simple, right? It's big energy, but it's real simple. It's cut to the point. Chariot to the death card to the Two of Swords, right? Spirit about to knock sonic rings out of something, right?
Not the sonar rings.
Chariot to the death card is a cycle definitely about to end. That's them type of cards come out when spirit tired of something.
Major arcana.
Chariot to the death card is that's all spirit. That spirit about to about to happen. It's about to go down, whatever that is. But because, and I know the sonic ring is gonna be loose because the Two of Swords come right after it. That's dizziness, and that's like trying to figure it out. I feel like it's a mountain of clarity for you. At the bottom, it really says what's going on for the collective, because this sounds horrible in a sense, right? Chariot to the death card, Two of Swords. That's spirit coming in, and the aftermath is things is
Rearranged. Your furniture in your life rearranged.
Now, collective, I want you to really, really be cool with this, because for you, I have hidden keys. Death card equals to the souls of balance, right? Definitely a cycle ending. And the Two of Swords for you leads to crystals of clarity. So my thing is, you can already know what's about to happen. My thing about it is, are you preparing yourself for it?
That's right.
Whatever this is, because it's some changes about to happen.
Spiritual law of attraction. Yeah. Whatever you've been putting out is what you're getting back. That's sevenfold. That's a promise. That's the truth. You know? If you put out positivity, that's what you get back. You know?
So you gotta look up for it. You know, like I'm telling you, like Chariot to the Death card is it's powerful energy, right? And it's, you know, it's changes.
Period. Okay?
It's what we said at the beginning. We said it's Anubis.
It's Anubis.
Like kind of energy.
Death and
like,
rebirth.
yeah.
Okay? So that was the message, y'all. We love you guys so much. Thank you guys for joining us on a Monday morning. Look, we got a treat for you guys today. I don't think you want to miss this. My husband will be on later, and I believe he is doing the soul report for every zodiac sign. He's going to be doing this every Monday for you guys. I'm excited. I can't wait to hear what he has for my sign. So make sure you guys tune in. Make sure you have on your bell notifications so that you're notified when we go live. If you would like to contribute to our channel, all of our information is on our page. It does help us make more videos like this one. And what else was I going to say? I was going to say something else, but I can't remember. Thank you guys for your energy, your time, your comments, your love. We love you guys so much. God bless you. And like I said, don't forget, he'll be back with some soul reports for your zodiac sign. We elemental beings. We got to go now. Oh, look at my little star my kid gave me, y'all. I need my eyebrows done. Bye. Hey, hold up. And we just trying to have a good day. Hey. 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 Every day is a good day. Hey. trying to have a good day. Monday, hey.